Hi, I'm Andrea and this is Twist and Pout. In this video, I'm going to show you how to complete this look using 4 eyeshadows that are all matte. So if you do not like shimmer, this is the tutorial and the bundle for you. So if you do have time to stick around, that's awesome because I've got a lot of tricks to share with you about how to make your eyes look bigger and your lips look plumper, which is awesome. But if you don't have time to stick around, let me show you what I'm using today. I have used porcelain all over my entire lid. I have used Yes You Canyon in the crease and over the 2/3 of the eyelid. I have used brownie points on my eyebrows and as a liner underneath. And I have used espresso in the outer third corner and as an eyeliner. So if you want to stick around to see the details of how I complete this tutorial, that would be awesome. If not, thank you so much for watching this far and enjoy the rest of the sale. Okay, so you can see I've already done one side of my face. That's to not bore you with doing both sides. And if you'll take notice, the color Twist and Pout that I have on this side is just a brighter, smoother version of my natural lips, which are over here on this side, which is what I love so much about this color. It's a perfect no lipstick for night, day, it doesn't matter. It's awesome. The first thing we're gonna do is go into our Primetime Eye Primer, and I'm just gonna dab a little teeny tiny bit all over my eyelid, which is just going to smooth out any discoloration I have on my eyelid, all those little purple veins that show up. No big deal, but I just want that eyeshadow to be able to pop. Then next, what I'm gonna do is take an oval wet dry eye brush from Us. I'm gonna dip that into porcelain, which is just a matte bone color. And I'm going to go over my entire lid, starting right here in the inner corner, dusting it all over, up into the brow bone. And this is going to be an entire matte look. So for those of you that don't like any shimmer, you are in luck today. So then I'm gonna take the same brush and I'm just gonna go a little bit under the outside corner and up in the angle of the natural lash line at the bottom right here. That's a very important angle to remember for later, okay? So then I'm gonna take my next wet dry oval eyeshadow brush. I'm going to dip that into a lighter kind of sandy brown color called Yes You Canyon. I'm gonna dust it off. And I'm just going to tap that right in to my crease. You can feel the crease by kind of dipping in and where that little like crevice is between your actual brow bone and your eyeball, that's your crease, if you've ever had a hard time finding that. So I'm just gonna bring that all the way over, kind of in a rainbow across the top of my eye. And if you just wanted a simple like 5-minute makeup look, those 2 eyeshadows together right there with a little bit of the eyeliner we're gonna do and some mascara, you're good to go. What I'm gonna do is take this look right here and move it into more of a nighttime dimensional look, right? So from here, I'm just gonna take that same brush that I just did that crease color with, go back into Yes You Canyon, dust it off a little bit more, and then I'm just gonna continue tapping that on my eyelid all the way to like right here. So we're gonna do 2/3 basically of the eyelid. And this is just gonna give some more dimension and it's gonna allow my blue eyes to pop because it's a neutral brownish color. It's not gonna compete with my blue eyes. So it's gonna allow them to just kind of shine, which is awesome. Next, what I'm gonna do is go into the third oval wet dry eyeshadow brush and go into a color called Espresso, which as you can imagine is kind of a dark, sultry, chocolate brown color. It's awesome. And then I'm going to take that and I'm going to go at that angle that we talked about before, and I'm just gonna tap one time. Then I'm gonna rotate the brush and go more into the crease and tap another time. So now, as you can see, we have this like kind of triangle, if you will, this arrow pointing out. And what that's going to do as we fill it in is going to draw the eye up and outward, making it look bigger and beautiful. And I know right now it looks a little crazy, so what we're gonna do is take that same brush and we're just going to lightly kind of just blend that in into the outer third of the eye and always moving out and up. Now, I'm gonna pull this down a little bit because I want you to see something. A lot of times people have this tendency to go down. They wanna follow that angle all the way down. And I want you to see what happens. So if you can tell, this eye right here looks more like this. This eye right here looks more like this. And the reason for that is because I pulled that dark color down below that natural angle from that lower lash line up to the edge of my brow. So what we want to do, if that ever happens, is just use your finger and lightly just kind of dust upward, and you just don't want to go past that little line because that is your natural guide for what not to extend past in order to make your eyes look bigger and more open. The other way is just going to pull them downward, and if that's what you're going for, that's cool, but this is an easy trick to learn to make your eyes look bigger and to draw them up and out, up and out. I might say that a million times. Okay, so next what I'm going to do is go back into that Yes You Canyon. I'm not going to dip anymore. I'm just going to use that same brush. And I'm just going to kind of go in circles into that color that we just did and kind of into the center. And I'm just using that color to kind of blend everything together so it doesn't look like I'm doing a stark, dark, then middle, then light. Because what you want to accomplish is a little bit of a gradient. So just go back in and just kind of make them look even. And now I'm going into that brush that had espresso on it and just kind of dipping more into that crease area. Then I'm going to take the brush that had porcelain on it and just kind of go into those areas that should be lighter, including down here, because we had to brush some off. So I'm just going to make sure that I've got lighter colors down there. Excellent. And then what I'm going to do is fill in my eyebrows. And this is an awesome, awesome idea for anyone. I don't care how thick your eyebrows are. There are areas that are sparse, and this is a great way to just help frame those eyebrows. I'm personally going to use an angled eyeliner brush, and I went into the color called Brownie Points, which matches my hair perfectly. I'm going to start in the sparsest areas so I can dictate there how dark I actually want these eyebrows to go, because I'm really just going for a very natural look. I just want them to frame my face beautifully, which is what eyebrows are meant to do. I'm just going to go in a little bit, and if you have blonde hair, you can use the color in Yes You Canyon that's in this palette. If you have darker brown hair, you can use Espresso. And then if you have red hair, you should use a color called Sugar and Spice. That would be like the best thing you could possibly have in your eyeshadow palette is sugar and spice for your eyebrows. Okay, so my eyebrows look pretty even. Remember, they are sisters, not twins, so don't worry if they're not precise. I'm going to use that same brush with Brownie Points, and I'm going to come right underneath my bottom lash line and just do a little bit of a line here, just creating a little bit of a shadow. And the theory behind that versus using like an actual eye pencil is that it creates this kind of blurry shadow. So if your lashes were long and illustrious and the sun hit you from above, it would cast a shadow down beneath your lower lashes, which using a stark pencil isn't going to accomplish, but using a little bit of shadow is just going to create a shadow, right? Little tricks of the trade here. Okay, so I'm going to take that same angled eyeliner brush, and now I'm going to dip it into that darker color called Espresso, and this is what I'm going to use to line my eyes with. And I didn't say this earlier, but this outer corner right here, if you just wanted to switch it up, you could totally use a color called, well, the color called Brownie Points, and that would just give you a lighter look if you didn't enjoy such a darker brown. I'm going to start with the bigger side of the tip facing my nose, and I'm just going to start lining lightly, making sure it's a pretty, even, thin line. And what we're doing here is just trying to make the base of our top eyelashes look thicker, right? The trick here to make your eyes look bigger, especially if you have hooded lids or if your eyes are like mine and they don't naturally go up like this, but they kind of tilt down a little bit, take that brush and line your eyes, but don't go to the very end down here. Stop just short and then twist that brush up and go at that same angle that we did before and kind of pull that color up. You're almost making like a winged eyeliner, and if you can see that line, right? So then I'm going to twist the brush and have that pointy end facing my eyebrows, and then I'm just going to pull that color down kind of in a slide motion, right? I'm just kind of filling in the rest of that triangle. Might have to go back in and get a little bit more on your brush, and then just fill that in. And so you're creating a little bit of a cat eye here. You don't have to if you don't want to, but still bring that line up a little bit at the edges, and it's just going to naturally make your eyes look bigger and more open, which is a great idea. So then I'm taking that same oval brush that I did that darker color here in the crease, and I'm just gonna go back in where that line meets the crease, and I'm just gonna kind of blend them out, because I'm not going for a very stark line there, and just blending that out is the way to do that. And now you can't tell that I have a cat eye line, it just looks like it's going upward. And now what I've noticed is it's a little bit darker here in the center, right? So I'm just gonna take Yes You Canyon, the brush that had that on, and just kind of blend that out so it's not such a stark line. Excellent. And then last but not least, I'm going to do my eyelashes using the Lash Project, of course, which is my favorite thing ever. And I have to do this in a hand mirror, and I'm about to show you why. I hold it like this, and then I get the mirror down below me and I look downward. This allows me to do all of this sort of wiggle work on my lashes and not get it on my eyelids. I don't know if anybody else has that problem, but before I learned this little trick, I was constantly getting mascara on my eyelids, and I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Now I gotta like wipe that off and start over and, you know, fill that in and blend that out. It was just a big old hassle. And the trick to doing any mascara is really to just use this wiggle work here, getting right down at the base and wiggling your way all the way up. And because our mascara is a little bit of a drier formula so that it doesn't smudge and, you know, kind of run when you have a little bit of a tear in your eye, the trick to getting it off your lashes and making, or off, you want them on your lashes, to get it off onto your lashes is to just wiggle it from bottom to top. Which will really create a really lovely full lash look. So last but not least, I'm gonna put on the lipstick and Twist and Pout on the right-hand side. And if you wanted to, you could just leave it like that. I think it looks great. But a couple of months from now, when your lipstick bullet tip is not quite as pointy as it was when you first got it, your best friend is going to be a lip brush. So just find your natural lip line and just go all the way to it and all the way down. And I promise you, when you see how beautiful your natural lip line is, you will be amazed at how big your lips look and how full they look. And every time I do this to my mom, when I put on lipstick for her, when we're gonna do a photo shoot or something, she always looks in the mirror and goes, oh my gosh, my lips never look that big when I do it. That's because she's applying directly from kind of a blunter bullet, lipstick bullet, and it just isn't gonna ever fill your lips out quite as much as when you use a lip brush. So my last trick for you, this color is actually perfect to use on your cheeks for a little bit of blush. So I've just got a couple little dabs, and I'm just going to dab them along my cheekbone right here, and then I'm just gonna go in circles and just kind of blend it all together. Oh, so double duty. I love it. All right, I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. I know you will enjoy Twist and Pout and this 4 eyeshadow matte look. You cannot go wrong with it. Do it in any way you like, daytime, nighttime, it doesn't matter. You're gonna rock it out. So thank you so much for watching.